Good afternoon. If the department presidents for 22-23 from Alabama, Connecticut, Idaho, Maine, Mississippi, Nevada, Rhode Island, or Tennessee are in the room, please go to the back to line up. We're starting in 2 minutes.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the installation ceremony of National Officers of the American Legion Auxiliary. Please welcome your National President, Kathy Dodestal.
Good afternoon. Please welcome the installing officer, past National President Sharon Knatzer from the Department of Illinois.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the installation of the 2023 American Legion Auxiliary National President Vicki Kautz and the 2022-2023 national officers and department presidents who will serve beside her as we begin a new year of service for God and country. This is a very special day for the Department of Indiana, as Vicki will be installed as a 3rd American Legion Auxiliary National President from the Department of Indiana. Thank you, Vicki, for this honor to share your special day with you. I was so excited for Vicki when she received the call to be Children and Youth Chairman, not only because I know she will give 100% plus as she does in everything, but was proud of the fact that she will be the 2nd ALA member who is also a past National Commander spouse to serve in this capacity. What an honor and privilege to share with her. Not only are there many proud family and friends in this room and at home, but some very special ones wearing wings and saying, "Well done," and we are all so very proud of you. I remember when we first met Jim and Vicki. Actually, we met Jim first, and soon after, our families became best friends, and we could not be prouder to call them friends and family. As well, the Department of Alaska is excited to have one of their own, Lisa Williamson, be installed as National Vice President. The participants in this afternoon's program are Sergeants at Arms Jane Thurston and Tana Shepard. Color bearers for the flags of the Department of Indiana are Susie Greathouse and Jenny Gump. Color bearers for the flags of the 8th District are Connie Banks and Diana Van Hooks. And color bearers for the flags of Boonville Unit 200 are Shannon Walker and Jocelyn Curtis. The installing chaplain is past National President Chris West from the Department of New Hampshire. A special reading will be given by past National President Jan Pavlomaka-Ryan from the Department of Wisconsin. Members of the American Legion family and friends, please welcome the 2022-2023 department presidents to their seats of honor. Please welcome the national officers for 2022-2023, escorted by their counterparts from 2021-2022. Leading them to the front will be outgoing and incoming National Treasurer Mary Beth Revore and incoming and outgoing National Secretary Coral May Grout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the incoming National Vice President, Lisa Williamson, from the Department of Alaska, escorted by her husband, Daryl.
When you're down and troubled and you need a helping hand and nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. Oh yeah, babe, to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. Now all you got to do is call, and I'll be there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got a friend.
Family and friends,
If
if you're not standing and you're able to stand, please rise as the colors from the Department of Indiana, 8th District, Boonville Post, are presented. With great pleasure, please welcome the 2022-2023 National President, Vicki Kautz, escorted by her husband, Jim, and her son, Michael.
The impossible dream to find the unbeatable
Please remain standing for the opening prayer given by past National President Chris West.
Dear Heavenly Father, bless these newly elected officers with your love and shower them with wisdom, knowledge, and strong leadership as they perform the duties of their office in this new administrative year. Wrap your arms around our new national president, Vicki. Keep her safe as she crisscrosses America and beyond, promoting the well-being of our dear veterans and their families, children, and our communities. Give her the strength and keep her in good health for the next 365 days. Bless her family while she is away from them, and pray for their happiness as she performs the duties of her office as National President of this great organization, the American Legion Auxiliary. This we ask in your holy name. Amen.
The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Brittany Schofield.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. I now ask past National President Jan Pavamaka Ryan to come forward for a special reading.
Thank you, Madam President. The path to a dream is paved with sacrifice and lined with determination. And though it has stumbling blocks along the way and may go in more than one direction, it is marked with faith. It is traveled by belief and courage, persistence and hard work. It is conquered with a willingness to face challenges and take chances to fail and try again and again. Along the way, you will confront doubts, setbacks, and unfairness, but when the path comes to an end, you will find that there is no greater joy than making your dream come true. The road to success leads through the valley of humility, and the path is up the ladder of patience and across the wider, barren plans of perseverance, and yet no shortcut has ever been discovered. It is not how much you accomplish in life that really counts, but how much you give to others. It's not how high you build your dreams that make a difference, but how high our faith can climb, and it's not how many goals you reach, but how many lives you touch. It's not whom you know that matters, but who you are inside. Believe in the impossible, hold tight to the incredible, and live each day to its fullest potential. You can make a difference in your world. So be true to yourself and achieve the goals you set for success, so that in reaching those goals and achieving that feeling of pride in what you have accomplished becomes a true reality. One of the chief reasons for success in life is the ability to maintain a daily interest in one's work, to have continuous enthusiasm, to regard each day as important. This life is ours for each of us, so take the power to choose what you want to do and do it well. All success consists in this. You are doing something for somebody, benefiting humanity, and the feeling of success comes from the consciousness of this. Your success and happiness lie in you. Follow your own heart. The great enduring realities are love of service. Understand that enthusiasm is the most powerful engine of success. Understand that persistence, hard work, and determination are the keys to success. True success is felt in the heart. It's the talent and the passion that count in service. If it's your dream, work to achieve it. Life is what we make it. Always has been, always will be. Take the power to make your life a success. The reward of a thing well done is to have done it. Greatness is not found in possessions, power, position, or prestige. It is discovered in goodness, humility, service, and character. The giant oak is an acorn that held its ground. Every day is an opportunity to make the most of what we can accomplish. The reward of a thing well done is to have done it. No bird soars too high if she soars with her own wings. Thank you.
Thank you, Jan. It's my honor to present the Legionnaire who, if he's elected tomorrow, will serve as National Commander alongside Vicki. Please welcome Jim Triola from the Department of New York.
Good afternoon, American Legion family. I can't tell you what an honor it is to serve with your new President, Vicki. She has a platform of honoring our veterans every day, and I have a platform about suicide awareness for veterans, so I think our platforms are going to meld together very well, and I look forward to supporting her with that every single day. I first met Vicki, I'm sorry. I first met Vicki not this past summer, the summer before. We were in orientation at the national headquarters in Indianapolis. You know, when you first meet somebody, you feel a little weird not knowing how that person is, but I got to tell you, between her, myself, and Commander Chris, we're going to do a fantastic job, and you're going to love the results that we expect you to get from it. So thank you very much. Congratulations, President Vicki. I look forward to working with you, and God bless you. Thank you.
It's also my honor to present the Sons of the American Legion National Commander, who also will serve beside Jim and Vicki, Chris Carlton from the Department of Indiana.
Madam President, national officers, distinguished guests, and all the American Legion family, good afternoon. On behalf of the 361,000 plus members of the Sons of the American Legion, I bring you greetings. And Vicki, it's going to be a pleasure and an honor to work along the side with you. I know you've worked hard to be here, as well as all of us, and I know that you're going to continue to work just as hard. I'd like to leave something with you before I go, and it's something that I said Sunday. I want all of us to remember that to the world, you may be one person, but to one person, one veteran's family, you are the world.
I would also like to ask their spouses to stand. Veronica Carlton and Savaria Triola, please stand. Stand. No. The family's going to come forward for a picture op right here, the three officers. Newly elected national officers, please rise to take your oath of office. That includes the president and vice president. Okay. The members of the American Legion Auxiliary have entrusted you with great responsibility. You have been elected to provide guidance in the activities of our organization. You will familiarize yourself with the duties of each office. Always remember that the welfare and success of this organization depends upon each of you. Every American Legion Auxiliary member assumes the obligation of preserving the integrity of the American Legion and the American Legion Auxiliary, contributing to the aims and purposes of our organization. I have a quote from past National President Ray Shaw, and I believe it's timely and something we all should remember. A new year is neither an end nor a beginning. It merely marks another step in our continuing progress. Along with this charge that is traditional for us, I'd like to add something I found when reading the history books. At one installation, the installing officer shared a quote, "I'm reminding you that you're standing on the shoulders of giants that passed. They dared not fail and should never make the members more conscious of their duties as set forth in the preamble, encouraging them to put these meaningful words into action. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me, giving your name where I give mine. I, Sharon Knatzer, promise to perform faithfully all the duties of the office I am about to assume. And I further pledge that I am not a member of and do not subscribe to the principles of any group opposed to our form of government." You may lower your hands and please be seated. Newly elected department presidents, please rise. National President Vicki, please step forward and give the oath of office to the department presidents who will serve beside you this year.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me, giving your name where I give mine. I, Vicki Couts, promise to perform faithfully all the duties of the office I am about to assume, and I further pledge that I am not a member of and do not subscribe to the principles of any group opposed to our form of government. You may lower your hands.
You may be seated. You, the members of the American Legion Auxiliary, have chosen outstanding officers to lead us for this year. I have charged them with a serious responsibility, and I likewise charge you. Would all the members of the American Legion Auxiliary in the audience please stand and raise your right hand, repeating after me. I solemnly promise to renew my pledge of service to the American Legion Auxiliary and to give wholehearted support to these national officers. Hands down, you may be seated. At this time, we will have the transferring of the ribbons and pins from the last year's officers to the new officers. Retiring officers, please come forward and present the newly elected installed officer at the microphone. As the outgoing officers return to their seats, National President Kathy Dodestow will express her appreciation for their year of service and present them with their pin and ribbon at the table behind me. Please welcome our National Secretary, Coral May Grout, and our National Treasurer, Mary Beth Revore, to receive their pins and ribbons from National President Vicki as they are continuing for another year of service. present Coral McGrout, National Secretary.
My congratulations to our incoming officers, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you this year. Thank you.
Our National Treasurer, Mary Beth Ravor.
I too extend my congratulations to all of the officers, and I so look forward to working with each of them under this new administration and our President, Vicki.
It's my distinct honor to present to you the 21-22 National Chaplain, Carol T. Robinson.
It is my honor to present the 2022-2023 National Chaplain, Karen Peel from the Department of Ohio. That'd be good.
Okay. I'm very humbled to be standing here as your National Chaplain. I want to say thank you to the Department of Ohio for their love and their support. I appreciate and love each and every one of you. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to introduce National Historian 21-22, Carol Campbell.
It is my honor to present the 2022-2023 National Historian, Susie Clyde of the Department of South Dakota.
Thank you. And I want to thank the American Legion family from South Dakota. More than anything else, I want to thank my granddaughter Shanna for keeping me so young.
21-22 Division Vice Presidents will begin now with Central Division, Denise Delaney Rowland.
It is my honor to present to you the 2022-2023 National Central Division Vice President for the Department of Iowa, Ann Rabine.
First of all, thank you to my family, thank you to my department, and to the Central Division. I look forward to serving our organization to the best of my ability.
Please welcome outgoing Eastern Division Vice President Marie Pitka.
I present to you the Eastern Division National Vice President, Veronica Gurney, from the Department of Maine.
I would like to thank my department and the Eastern Division for your support. and I look forward to serving our organization to the best of my ability. Thank you.
Dee Dee Buckley served the Northwestern Division well this year, but is unable to be here today. Kathy will present her ribbon and present her to you.
I present Northwestern Division National Vice President Marlene Boyer of the Department of North Dakota.
And I thank the Department of North Dakota for having the confidence in me, and I hope to meet all of the Northwestern departments sometime in 22-23. Thank you.
Outgoing Southern Division National Vice President Gabrielle Barnett. Sorry about that, Gabby.
It is my honor to present to you the 2022-2023 Southern Division National Vice President, Linda Smiley from the Department of South Carolina.
Congratulations.
Thank you to my Department of South Carolina. I look forward to serving our Southern Division, and I look forward to serving our organization to the best of my ability. Thank you so much.
Please welcome outgoing Western Division Vice President Tony Gimple.
I present Western Division National Vice President Eva Wallace from the Department of Washington.
I want to thank my department and the Western Division. I am certainly looking forward to serving our organization to the best of my ability. Thank you, everyone.
National Vice President Lisa Williamson from the Department of Alaska, please come forward along with National President Vicki.
We knew this was going to We knew this was going to happen. That's right. It's Kathy's fault. It's Kathy's fault. She screwed it all up.
Lisa, I'm looking forward to working with you this coming year. We're going to have a great year.
We are.
It's my pleasure to introduce to all of you National Vice President Lisa Williamson from the Department of Alaska.
Thank you. I stand before you grateful and humbled to have been elected to serve as your National Vice President. What an honor, although we'll figure out the ribbon someday. I look forward to showing I'm worthy of this trust every day of this next year. First, I'd like to wish my family, those that traveled here today and those that are watching on the live stream. My husband, Daryl, who I happened to meet in a Legion family convention. So the Legion family has given me so much, but who knew that it would also bring me the love of my life? Both my children were raised in this organization. My daughter, Danielle, over here, who attended her fair share of national junior meetings, serving in several honorary junior offices at the national, department, and unit levels. I love you, Danielle. And my son, Kyle, those of you who were here earlier, he's still serving in the Alaska Air Guard and is a triple threat as a member of the Legion, the SAL, and yes, the Auxiliary. He made history as being the first male ALA member to nominate an Auxiliary National Officer. Danielle's husband, Mike, and their two boys, Dawson and Micah, as well as both my brothers, Rob and Jake, their spouses and children, and my stepfather are at home watching online. My mom, she's watching from above. Now I'd like to recognize my extended family. With the entire Legion family from Alaska, please rise. Your trust and belief in me has helped me bring me to this point. I thank you for your support throughout the years, and this was a team effort. Team Alaska. I would be remiss if I didn't recognize the Legion family in the Department of Arizona. They have adopted me as one of their own when I winter there. I would like to express my appreciation for the entire Western Division. Alaska and Arizona and the rest of the Western Division, please stand so that we can thank you. Please. You can be seated. John F. Kennedy once said, "As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter the words, but to live by them." It is my pledge to each of you that I will serve with grace, compassion, commitment to the mission, and of course, a smile. People have heard me say that one of the greatest benefits of membership in the American Legion Auxiliary are the friends you make, and I firmly believe that. If it weren't for the Auxiliary, I would have never met this wonderful lady right here, Vicki Kautz, who will be serving as our national president. Vicki and I have had amazingly similar journeys to this leadership positions. How does that saying go? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger? Well, I'm here to tell you there are two very strong women here who stand before you. And we will continue to be strong for you, for our veterans, for our service members, their families, and our communities. I love you, Vicki. I cannot wait to see what the year has in store for you. Know that I am always beside you. Take the world by storm, my friend. We're here to see you and help you succeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Vicki, please come to the podium to make the transfer of authority official. I call on President Kathy to present you with your pin and ribbon.
Okay. Who do you want first? I don't care. Yeah, north side.
I'm just going to stand and you can do it.
Don't move. Don't try to tell me what to do.
Okay. Hey, we got it down now.
That's the easy part. It's the hard part. Just a second. I don't know if this is going to be good on it.
Vicki, I don't want to cry. I have truly enjoyed your friendship as it has flourished together over the past few years, and I just want you to know that you are a peach in the orchid of wonderfulness. I wish you so much luck, and I love you.
Thank you.
We're going to have to get orchid for you. Yeah, you knew that what that meant, didn't you?
Before you hear from National President Vicki, I would please welcome Vicki's son, Michael, to speak on behalf of the family.
Oh, you can go back. I'll go back.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. So, congratulations, Mom. The day's finally here. We're so proud of you. A little girl born and raised in Southern Indiana is about to set out on a mission with the backing of a great team to support our veterans, military, and communities during her travels around the country and around the globe. Part of the ALA mission is the spirit of service, not self. I'd like to share a quote from one of my favorite selfless individuals who is all about giving back and supporting, Dolly Parton. The quote is, "You'll never do a whole lot unless you're brave enough to try." This is a quote that will definitely resonate in a few ways with my mom during her upcoming year. Now, I know my mom will accomplish a lot this next year with the team, as she always keeps the end goal in mind and sees it to completion. But there will be challenges ahead, and some of her not-so-favorite things, such as trying new food, becoming an expert in public speaking, but you've already come a long way with that, and traveling alone. When it comes to food, both of my parents are meat and potatoes people. Nothing wrong with that at all. But it shouldn't come as a surprise, as one day a few years ago she told me, "I can't believe you like that. You never ate that as a kid." Well, I told her that's because you never made it for me. Right? Yeah. So this next year, I encourage you to break out of your comfort zone a bit, be brave, and try new foods, as you really never know what you might like until you try it. Meat and potatoes will always be there for you. But most of the best local food, as all of you know, is not in your own backyard, it's in the places where you get to discover and visit. And then it comes to public speaking. Public speaking's never been a favorite of my mom's. She, like Dolly Parton, in her charitable work, is selfless and would rather someone else take that spotlight while she works with a team to get things done in the background. Being in a training role myself, I speak in front of audiences all the time, maybe not as big as this one, but I'm a bit more used to it than my mom, but she will be soon. My advice to you, Mom, is remember, they don't know what you're going to say. So if you mess up, just keep going and be yourself. Now, when it comes to travel, I've also traveled all around the globe. I've had airport delays, had lost luggage, been stuck in hotels with no toiletries or clothing. And I've learned to make GPS on my phone my new best friend in cities and countries all over the world. Mom, since you're a person who doesn't like to travel alone but will very quickly learn how to do so, I'd like to share a few travel tips with you, and I'm sure Kathy can relate as well. Here we go. For trips with lots of connections, always take a change of clothes and a carry-on, just in case, and pack a travel-size flashlight and umbrella. You never know when you might need them. Buy a very, very comfortable pair of shoes, as your feet will thank you later. If you're flying Delta, do not go to a desk or call to sit on hold if you are delayed. Go to the Sky Club because you'll get much more faster, friendly service. Trust me, I know. Always keep healthy snacks with you, as you never know when an unexpected delay will pop up, causing you to miss a meal. And then lastly, be flexible and patient. If you aren't driving, remember you aren't the one in control. Delays will happen, and then you'll eventually get to your destination. I close with another Dolly quote. Storms make trees take deeper roots. In this case, not literally storms, hopefully, but it's those unexpected challenges that will make you an even stronger person. You have a wonderful support network with all of us, and we're behind you all of the way. Don't forget to enjoy the moment and this great opportunity. Stress will happen, but don't forget to take in that quick moment to get outside wherever you are, take in that view you may have never seen before, and of course, listen to and share stories with the veterans, the service members, and the communities that you visit. We love you and wish you nothing but the very best of luck on this wonderful journey you're about to embark on. And don't forget to call me if you need help or advice. It's going to be a very busy year for you, but I promise when you're done, you will need to rest up. So we'll just have to take a cruise and then get back to continuing our tradition of Mother's Day at Dollywood. You see a theme here? So we can love every moment together. Congratulations, Mom.
Please welcome our National President, Vicki Kautz.
Thank you. Thank you for electing me as your national president. What a true honor this is. I guess there is a little history being made today, as my husband and I will be the first husband and wife team that have served as the national commander and the national president from the same post and unit. I will be the third national president from the Department of Indiana, with Enid Limstra and Alice Gawka preceding me. My eligibility is through my husband, Jim Service, who's in the United States Army, where he served in country Vietnam. The day our son Michael was born, Jim signed him up as the first charter member of the Sons of the American Legion in Boonville at our local post. I will admit, I was one of those wives that when we went to the Legion events, Ruth Stevens, an auxiliary member, would ask me over and over and over again to join. And I always came back with, I have a little boy at home, I don't have time, plus I don't even like coming to the Legion. That's where my husband spends all of his time, and I don't like it. But after so long, like many of you, I decided the only way she would leave me alone was to join. I then met V. Titus at a district meeting, and from that point forward, V convinced me to start attending department meetings. And that's where I met Bonnie Brewer, Florence Henderson, and Roseanne Waters, better known to many of us in Indiana as Granny. All of these ladies were close to my mom's age than mine, but they all became my biggest supporters and mentors. All of them are looking down from heaven today with smiles on their faces. Had it not been for my bosses, Julie and Matt, over the last 11 years, I wouldn't have had the freedom to come and go at my job when there were Legion family events I needed to attend. One of the most rewarding jobs I have ever had was working for this law firm and getting to work with families adopting children. I was really hoping they could be here today with me, but they're watching it live stream at home because Matt just became a father to a baby boy this past Monday. A special thanks to them for always being so supportive of me. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce my family. And please stand and stay standing. My husband, Jim, my son Michael, my son-in-law Ryan, my cousins Vicky and Chris, and my brother Dave and sister-in-law Vicky. My brother Rick, due to health issues, is home watching the live feed. Thank you all. I love you very much. Love you. Love you. If I hadn't finally given in to my friend Ruth all those years ago, when I finally joined the American Legion Auxiliary, I would not have made so many friends across this nation. I wouldn't have met my friend from Kentucky, who is so totally different than me. She's an athlete. She rides a Harley Davidson motorcycle. She likes to cook. She likes to bake. And she loves everything outdoors. Me, on the other hand, would prefer to just sit and read a book or watch Hallmark movies. But together, we have high morals, and we believe in always doing the right thing for our organization, not for personal gain. Kathy, as the national president, you did good things, always with a smile on your face, which made each one of us smile. I was blessed to get to work with you the last few years and hope our friendship continues on for a long, long time. Love you. And I wouldn't have met my friend, the National Vice President, Lisa. I love that you are always there supporting me. Love you. My theme this year is Honor Our Veterans Every Day. My project is a little different than most, and please let me explain. The first time I attended the National Veterans Creative Arts Festival as a volunteer, my eyes were open to how everything worked. At mealtime, I noticed some of the companions coming to the dining room with their veteran, but sometimes the companion would turn around and leave and not eat there. I had the privilege of helping one particular veteran at every meal with his tray. This really bothered me, so I asked why some of the companions were eating with their veterans. And the answer I got was, sometimes that companion can't afford to pay for the meal plan. This broke my heart, to think that the person who is the one constant in that veteran's life couldn't stay with them during meals. These veterans have worked really hard, not only on their artwork they've submitted for judging, the story they have written, or when they perform at the National Veterans Creative Arts Festival. For some, this opportunity is a lifeline for their physical and or mental health. For some veterans, they need another lifeline while at the festival. That is their companion. This year, I want to raise money to guarantee that no companion must leave their veteran at mealtime, or even worse, not get to come at all. This could include a veteran who needs a companion for medical reasons, but they can't afford to bring them to the festival. It could also be for someone outside their family who is their companion and needs a separate room. This project is 3-tiered and is needs-based. The money could be used to pay for just their meal plan, just their travel, or if they need a room separately from their veteran, a hotel room. It could be any combination of these 3 needs faced by vet companions who wish to attend and support their veteran. If you choose to support this project, you will need to write in the memo line on your check, National President Special Project 2223. My goal is not to take away any money from the departments that raise money for the National Veterans Creative Arts Festival, where you can achieve your bronze, silver, or gold status. This is something totally separate. I encourage you to please still donate to that as well. I mentioned my theme in my special project, but I also want to bring awareness of our POWs and MIAs. There are so many families who have never had closure when their service member didn't come home as far back as World War II. The Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency, or DPAA, the agency that many of us know as JPAC, is working every day to find remains and identify them for the family's closure. When my husband Jim came home from Vietnam, he started wearing a POW MIA bracelet that he never takes off. He also had the opportunity to go back to Vietnam and help with the digs. And in listening to him tell of his experience there, it made me realize how important this still is today. So stay tuned for more information on how to spread awareness throughout the coming year. I want to say some thanks to different ones. Thanks to the headquarters staff for always being there to answer my many, many questions. A special thanks to the members of my unit in Boonville and Post, the 8th District and Department of Indiana American Legion family for supporting me. Would everyone from the Department of Indiana please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Thank you. To my campaign chairman, vice chairman, and treasurer, Lisa, Jane, and Vicki, for always taking my phone calls and always being there to help in any way. To Sharon, for not only being a good friend, but being on speed dial for all of my questions, lots of questions. And to Jane Ann, for blessing me with your beautiful voice. And to all those workers and the participants in this installation today, thank you, thank you. A big thanks to the past national presidents who've given me advice over the last several years. Thank you so much. But especially to the most important men in my life, besides my brothers Rick and Dave, my husband Jim, who has promised to carry my luggage when he is traveling with me, which he always does anyway, and my favorite and only son, Michael, who is always there with a listening ear. I love you all. My mom loved Christmas and always had doves on her beautiful Christmas tree. So in her memory, I chose to place a dove on my lapel pin. Every time I wear it, I know my angel is watching over me. And my dad, who owned USAC Midget, Sprint, and Dirt Champ race cars, we spent many summers following the racing circuit. So in his memory, the membership theme will be racing with lots of checkered flags this year. I am looking forward to meeting all our members as I travel across this beautiful, free country we live in, and working side by side with the American Legion National Commander Jim and SAL National Commander Chris. Remember, happiness doesn't depend upon who you are or what you have. It depends solely upon what you think. So start each day by thinking of all the things you have to be thankful for. Your future will depend very largely on the thoughts you think today. So think thoughts of hope and confidence and love and success. This is a quote by Dale Carnegie. And last but not least, I want to thank my God. He is always there for me and loves us all. Thank you. God bless.
Please be seated. We have a special treat for all of you today. Ed Harris is a past national chaplain from the Department of Indiana. He shared this as part of the National Memorial Service, and we hope it means as much to you as it does to Vicki. JP?
I see them bloom for me and for you. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white. The bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see thousands of friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They are really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They learn much more than I'll never know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh yes, what a wonderful world.
Please welcome Campaign Chairman Lisa Lyford from the Department of Indiana.
Thank you, Sharon. Good afternoon. As Sharon said, I am Lisa Lyford, past department president from the Department of Indiana. The past 5 years have been amazing serving as Team Indiana's campaign chairman. The laughs, tears, traveling, long hours of planning, many, many phone calls, all the plans made, then all the plans changed, and then they changed again. They've all led to today, the day we get to recognize and celebrate my dear friend, Vicki Kautz. Back in 2006, when Vicki served as Indiana's department president, she gave me my very first department chairmanship. I admired how she led her meetings, the way she carried herself, how she interacted with all of our members, and the way she made all of us feel like we were an important part of the bigger picture. It was during that year that the seed was planted in me that maybe someday I too could be a department president. Well, 8 years later, I did get to serve as Indiana's department president, and of course, my advisory chairman was Vicki Kautz. She conducted my department installation. How fitting it is that we get to share an installation again, but on a much grander scale. Thank you, Vicki, for letting me be a part of your installation. It's a huge honor. Please welcome Indiana's leadership for the 2022-2023 year as I introduce them. Ed Trice, NEC. Roseanne Ziglowitz, Auxiliary NEC. Ken Helton, past department commander and incoming national vice commander. Jerry Jordan, past Indiana NEC. Jim Dobby, our Department of Indiana commander. Pam Shook, department president. Charlie Gimlich, our detachment commander. Jerry Jordan, past NEC, will bring greetings on behalf of Indiana's leadership.
Well, good afternoon, American Legion Auxiliary family and our Legion members. What a great afternoon to be here to celebrate Vicki's installation. What an honor to stand before you and speak on behalf of the American Legion family of the Department of Indiana to express our pride in your choice of your National Auxiliary President. And I could stand here and list all of Vicki's auxiliary accomplishments, not only nationally, department and unit, but you already know them, and you already know how dedicated she is to our nation's veteran. So let me tell you about the Vicki we know in Indiana. It's a little different. The Vicki that walks the aisles of our convention and conferences being stopped by many to say hello, or being asked for advice on auxiliary matters, or her stopping Legion family members just to say hello. The Vicki that always asks how you are, and how is your family? Everyone doing well? It's always great to see her and converse with her. The Vicki that served as our National First Lady during the tenure of her husband, Jim Couch, as our National American Legion Commander. Vicki the friend that you can count on when you need help or advice, and on the rare occasion, she is not afraid to ask you for your advice. Now you'll notice throughout this I've referred to her simply as Vicki because that's how we know her in Indiana. But in Indiana for the next year, we proudly address her as Madam President. When her tenure as National President ends this time next year, we hope you will know her as we do in Indiana and appreciate her hard work and dedication to our nation's veterans. Madam President Vicki, we veterans of the Indiana American Legion and the rest of our American Legion family wish you and the American Legion Auxiliary much success in your quest to make lives better for America's veterans. In closing, I will just say, Madam President, behind me stands the American Legion leadership of the Department of Indiana and the family. But for the coming year, we will be behind you. Thank you.
Thank you all for being a part of this installation, and thank you, Jerry, for being our spokesman today. I know it means a lot to Vicki. A very special thank you goes out to the Department of Indiana for supporting Vicki during our journey to becoming, her journey, not our journey, her journey to becoming National President of the American Legion Auxiliary. Vicki, as you begin your journey as National President, please know how very proud I am of you, as is the entire Indiana Legion family. We know your obligations will take you away from us for the year. Please know we will be praying for your safe travels for you, and we will welcome you back home with open arms when this race is over and you reach the checkered flag. If you take photos of National President Vicki during any of her travels, like department visitations, this convention and installation, and of course at her homecoming, please email them to her official scrapbook chairman, Vicki Stainbrook. That email is alavickicouts@gmail.com. Please send the photos at the highest resolution possible. They may mean sending multiple emails, but the resolution of the photos is really important. Speaking of Vicki's homecoming, I hope to see many of you back home again in Indiana on October 13th through October 15th in beautiful southern Indiana. Homecoming information will be passed out along with Vicki's official pin as you exit the convention hall after the close of this convention. Vicki, I truly hope you have a lovely year leading our amazing organization. Now please welcome back past National President Sharon to continue our program.
As you can tell, the Department of Indiana has worked hard for National President Vicki, as all departments do for their national presidents. And we are so very proud of you. Congrats to National President Vicki and the Department of Indiana as they embark on a year of memories and fun, and we hope to see you in Boonville in October. Our next presentation is near and dear to President Vicki's heart. We are all used to standing when the flag is presented. However, please stay seated when the flag is brought forward by Molly Brown, past honorary department junior president from Indiana, followed by the music God Bless America by Jane Ann Hamby.
Somewhere a trumpet sounds in the night. A soldier is standing there. It's calling him out to the stars and the stripes. It's calling him God knows where. He kisses the ones he loves goodbye and leaves in the dead of night. For freedom he'll heed the call, leave all he knows, and for freedom he'll stand and fight. And somewhere a man and wife can believe they're waving their girl goodbye. For gone are the days of pigtails and curls and candlelit lullabies. If they had their way, she'd stay young forever and never be far from home. But freedom has drawn her heart to danger show, and for freedom they'll let her go. And somewhere a thunderous crash in the night, it echoes all through the hills. Though many escape its wrath and its rage, a soldier lies wounded still. Remembering the land he loves, he cried, I love you with all my might. For freedom said I'm her son, whatever comes, and for freedom I'll say goodbye. Somewhere beneath the stars and the sky, my flag is still standing. She's still standing there. She bled and she brought one land under God. Her colors still lead us there. It's still there, yeah. She's buried the lives of those before us. She's buried the bone and bread. The bone and the bread. She holds our hopes. She holds our hands up high. And for freedom she'll while the storm clouds gather, for across from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet God bless America.
Now has come the time to welcome President Kathy to the ranks of past national presidents. To recognize her accomplishments this year, there will be several presentations. To present President Kathy with her past national president's pin is past national president Virginia Hobbs.
Madam National President, past National President Kathy, it was a year ago that you were presented with the pin of the National President. That pin is one which you received and will reflect so many trips, ideals, and actions which transpired during your year of service. That pin, the pin you're going to get, though, is one that's going to represent not only those actions, but it will represent the many members of the American Legion family, veterans, and members of our armed forces who met you in traveling the globe. That pin that you received today is also going to represent what this year has meant to you, as well as those years of service you put in prior to getting here. There's a very small number of pins that are being worn by the past national presidents. I'd say that maybe here there's about a baker's dozen that are being worn. And there's a much larger group that are housed in the archives, the cavalcade of memories at the national headquarters. But every past national president can choose what to do with her pin, whether it's at headquarters, it's kept in her family, or maybe she passes it on to someone. In recent years, we've seen pins being passed down. First, we had Sherry McLaughlin, who passed her pin to Chris Nelson, and Wendy and the McLaughlin family did that. And then last year, the pin was passed from Chris's family to Nicole. And we had the Nelsons and Wendy Regal here to do that. We also, a few years ago, had a pin passed that Josie Melgard had. And Josie had received that pin from Ruth Mathbot, who was a past national president from California. And Josie's family, the Melgards, presented that pin to Nancy Brown Park. Well, I'm sorry, but the pin you're receiving today does not have quite that lineage. But it also has a different link. Because I don't know if you remember or not, but I believe it was December of 2018, I had made a typical Christmas visit to Arizona with our family and visited past National President Betty Calder of Utah. Betty was a dear friend of mine, and while I visited her, she told me that she did not want her pin to go to national headquarters for the Cavalcade of Memories. She wanted it to be worn. And she asked me, did I think that you would like to wear her pin? And I said, well, knowing Kathy, I think she'd be very honored to do it, but I'll check. And so before I left Arizona, I texted her or called, I forget which it was, and asked Kathy, I said, Kathy, I'm out here in Arizona and I just visited with Betty Calder. She said that she would like to pass her pin to you. Would you be interested? She goes, oh my gosh, yes, that would be wonderful. And within the week, Kathy called and talked to Betty. Well, now Betty wore that pin for, believe it or not, 30 years. Betty received the pin in Baltimore. It was presented to her by past national president Agnes Kennedy. Agnes was a New Yorker, Betty was in Utah, and somehow the two were great friends. But in that 30 years since that time, Betty has wore that pin with great joy and great pride. And I hope that as I get to pin it on you today, that you will also have great pride as you wear it. Now you're going to have to be careful because some of these pins do not like to stay on. So you need a bubble on it, and please don't have the same experience as you leave Milwaukee that I did. Because remember the year that my pin got run over by a car? Yep. So please get an eraser, an earring back, or something, and make sure that pin stays with you.
I'll take good care of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's that.
Yes, please do. To present National President Kathy with her ribbon is past National President Nicole Clapp from the Department of Iowa.
Good afternoon. Kathy, it is with great pride and a great deal of honor that I present to you this beautiful ceremonial ribbon. This ribbon of red, white, and blue, and now you have a white ribbon down the center to identify as a past national president. It seems like just yesterday, Kathy and I met each other to be national chairmen together from Iowa and Kentucky. Never did we dream that a dream would come true, that we would represent our organization that we both love during the 100th centennial side by side as your national president and national vice president. I have to say, I don't think anyone can completely understand the friendship we forged or appreciate the bond of friendship that occurred during an extremely challenging time of a pandemic, of our American Legion Auxiliary Organization, and in our nation's history. But then, after patiently waiting an additional year, it was your time to lead with your huge heart of dedication and compassion as you asked us to focus on caring for those who care for others. You cared for this other for 2 years, as you again were there for the phone calls of, this trip isn't going to happen. The pandemic has struck. We're not doing this. What do you think about? Can we do this virtually? What are we going to do? But we made a commitment to each other that riding into Phoenix, we would ride, as Vic says, motorcycles. In Iowa, I know it as a motorcycle, together, to say that the pandemic was not going to stop us. And so as we celebrate together, you'll never know how proud I am of you to now become the rookie past national president. Okay, ready? Arm.
It's lovely. Thank you.
Kathy, please stay here. I ask that your pages, Benita and Marie, come forward for the presentation of colors, and I would ask that you join your pages between the colors. Will the audience please stay seated? Her sister Karen and her daughter Stephanie and Beth will join her. Kathy, as you stand between these beautiful flags with your daughters and your sister, I know that you will remember in mind and heart this challenging and exciting year of service to our organization, the men and women of the armed forces, our veterans, and the communities in which we live. We hope that you will see this presentation of flags as a new benchmark in the history of our auxiliary, and as a parting gift to you, we could produce nothing closer to your heart than your set of colors. I'm sure that as you stand here at this moment and accept the accolades of our members for the year just finished, that there are truly a variety of overwhelming feelings that are a part of this very special day. Joy for all that you've accomplished for the American Legion Auxiliary, wonder for the opportunities you had to share with those who serve, our veterans and our militaries. Thankful for a year filled with incredible memories to last a lifetime, and happiness at all friendships made and shared in this very special year of service. You represented us with dignity and pride as you journeyed beyond the shores as our ambassadors of goodwill, not only for the American Legion Auxiliary, but for our country. You answered our nation's call to service during this incredible year. When you took the office last year, you embraced the year ahead with its unlimited possibilities, and now it has come to close with many chapters written, memories to be cherished, and wonderful memories. Waiting for you upon your arrival at home will be these beautiful flags, our glorious American flag that carries American ideas and ideals, our history and our feelings. Although it is not, it is only pieces of material sewn together. Every color, every thread, every star, every stripe means liberty and justice. We cherish in our hearts the unseen which it represents. This symbol of our nation is as much a thing of the spirit as it is of the cloth. Our American Legion Auxiliary banner represents our organization and our members who serve with conviction for God and country. It represents more than what we believe it to be and all that we believe it can be. It too is only cloth, but woven from a fabric of dedication and devotion, a vital fragment of what we will weave into the reality of our organization's future. I thank you, Kathy, for this opportunity to present your flags in all their glory as a small token of all of our respect and thankfulness for your year of service. Cherish the memories of this year and the lasting friendships, and take with you the heartfelt thanks from our auxiliary family as you return to Kentucky, to your home and your family. May God continue to bless you with wonderful and enduring memories of your year of service. Please, Past President Kathy, please be seated, and will the color bearers please replace the colors. Kathy, as you take your seat, you will also take a place as a past National President of the American Legion Auxiliary. Congratulations, John, well done. I have just a couple of announcements before President Kathy closes her convention. I ask that all 2223 department presidents and department secretaries please go to the table located in the back of this room after Kathy closes the convention. Check in with those volunteering at the tables to ensure your name is checked off. You may pick up for each other, but no one else may pick up a gift for one of them. Past national presidents, national officers, National Executive Committee women, you will each receive your gift in the morning at the post-NEC meeting. President Vicky will have teams in the back to give each of you a pin and her homecoming information after President Kathy adjourns the convention. You get the drift here? Please remain in your seats until the close of the convention and the recessional of past National President Kathy and the retiring officers. Madam National President Vicky, please return the gavel to Kathy so she may close her convention.
It's like the Laurel and Hardy show between the two of us. Here's your gavel back.
Thank you. I'm not sure where you found it.
I don't either.
Sergeant at Arms, please retire the colors, the Department of Indiana, 8th District in Boonville, Unit 200, and escort the new national president and the new national officers from the podium to the back of the room.
Come stop your crying, it will be alright. Just take my hand, hold it tight. I will protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you
Carol T. Robinson please give our closing prayer?
As we go in prayer, each in our own faith. Heavenly Father, we've come to the end of this 101st National Convention. May we use what we learned here to help us with our work of service, not self. I thank you for the fellowship and the new friends we've made. Let us speak words of encouragement to our newly elected officers. Be with them, and Father, help them as they work to lead us in working all the programs that are important to this organization. Dear Father, thank you for President Kathy, and keep her safe. Please be with our servicemen and women and keep them safe and return home soon. And now, Heavenly Father, as we go our separate ways, we ask for your blessings, grace, and mercy. And we all say, amen.
Department of Kentucky pages, please retire the national colors. I will be escorted by my daughters, Stephanie and Beth, and my sister Karen, and we will be joined by the rest of my family, my immediate family, and my 203 family when we reach the floor as we return to our Kentucky home. The meeting will be adjourned when I reach the back of the room.